The shocking truth about leftover pizza after 60 inches this video. I'll share 3 powerful reasons why you should never reheat certain foods after 60, and the last one will truly shock you. But before we dive into the facts, let me ask you something that might hit close to home. Have you ever opened the fridge, seen a slice of leftover pizza from the night before, and thought, I shouldn't waste it? I'll just warm it up real quick. I know I have. We all have. But what if I told you that reheating that innocent-looking slice might be quietly harming your health in ways you'd never suspect? Here's the thing. Once we reach 60, our bodies change. Our digestion slows. Our immune system isn't what it used to be. And the truth is, foods we handled casually in our younger years can now become triggers for serious issues, even hospital visits. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. It's about protecting your well-being and helping you feel strong, energized, and safe every single day. So let's take a quiet moment together. Sit back, relax. We're going to have a heart-to-heart. Just you and me. No scare tactics, no fluff. Just the honest truth, because you deserve to know it. Now, let's talk about pizza. Because pizza, yes, the delicious comfort food we've loved for decades, can become a hidden danger when we reheat it, especially after 60. And I'm going to explain why in a way that's easy to understand and practical to act on. Let's start with reason number 1. Reheating pizza can create harmful compounds. You see, when you reheat pizza, especially in a microwave or at high heat, you're not just warming it up. You're changing the very structure of the food, that golden crust you loved when it was fresh. When reheated, it can become tougher and harder to digest. That gooey cheese? It can break down into compounds your body has a harder time processing, especially if you have a sensitive stomach, gallbladder issues, or a slower metabolism, all more common after 60. But here's what's really surprising. When pizza is stored improperly, say, left on the counter too long before going in the fridge, bacteria like Listeria monocytogenes or Bacillus cereus can begin to grow. Now, younger folks might bounce back from foodborne illness with little more than a stomachache. But for seniors, it can lead to nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and in more serious cases, hospitalization, and those dangers don't always come from spoiled food. Sometimes it's just the reheating process itself. When starchy foods like pizza crust are reheated, especially if they've been sitting around for more than a day, they can develop something called resistant starch. Sounds harmless, right? But resistant starch is very hard for your gut to break down. That means bloating, gas, discomfort, and even constipation, and if you're already dealing with a sensitive digestive system, it's a recipe for misery. Let me tell you about my friend Eleanor. She's 72, lives alone, and she's sharp as a tack. One night, she had pizza delivered. Ate 2 slices, saved the rest. Next afternoon, she popped a slice in the microwave and had it for lunch. That night, terrible stomach cramps. Gas. She thought maybe it was something she ate earlier, but didn't make the connection. Next week, same thing, pizza leftovers, reheated, same symptoms. It took her 2 full episodes before she realized it was the reheated pizza doing it, and Eleanor isn't alone. I've heard this story over and over from folks just like you, who never suspected something so ordinary could cause such chaos. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not saying you can never enjoy pizza again. You absolutely can. Life's meant to be enjoyed, not feared. But how we handle, store, and reheat food matters more than ever after 60. That leads me to reason number 2. Reheating pizza can spike your blood pressure and inflammation. Pizza, even the veggie kind, is usually high in sodium. When you reheat it, especially in a microwave, the salt content becomes more concentrated as the moisture escapes. That dried out slice might taste fine, but your body notices. If you're like many older adults, you might already be dealing with high blood pressure or trying to reduce your sodium intake. Reheated pizza, with its salt, processed meats like pepperoni or sausage, and preserved cheeses, can be a triple threat. Let me put it this way, that one slice might contain more sodium than your entire recommended daily limit. And after 60, our kidneys process salt less efficiently. That means more fluid retention, higher blood pressure, and a greater risk of heart issues. And the story doesn't end there. Many pizza toppings, think cured meats, aged cheeses, or processed sauces, can trigger inflammation in the body when reheated. Inflammation, as you may know, is the root of so many age-related health issues: arthritis flare-ups, joint pain, fatigue, even memory problems. It's not always about what you eat. It's about how you reheat it. There's something else too. When foods like cheese and tomato sauce are heated again and again, they can produce advanced glycation end products or AGEs. These little compounds have been linked to accelerated aging, stiffened blood vessels, and yes, inflammation. So that leftover pizza? It might be serving you more than just convenience. It could be aging your body from the inside out, slowly and visibly. But let's pause here for a moment. I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I'm not here to take away your favorite comfort foods. I want to give you the information and options that help you feel your best. Because the truth is, there are ways to enjoy pizza safely. Freshly made, eaten while hot, maybe with a few healthier ingredients, you can absolutely still have your favorites. But it's about being mindful. Knowing what your body needs now, not what it could handle 30 years ago. And that brings us to something even more important. Because so far, we've talked about digestion, sodium, and inflammation. But reason number 3, the one I promised would shock you. It's not about the stomach or the heart. It's about your brain and what happens when reheated pizza messes with your mind. How reheated pizza may quietly impact your brain after 60. Let's go back to where we left off. Reason #3. This is the one most people never see coming. Because when you think of pizza, the brain probably isn't the first thing that comes to mind. But once you hear this, I think it's going to change the way you look at leftovers, maybe for good. So here it is. Reheated pizza may be quietly affecting your memory, your focus, and even your mood, especially after 60. I know. That sounds dramatic. But stay with me because there's a real science-backed reason behind it. Let me start with a question. Have you ever felt foggy after eating a heavy meal? Or maybe you just couldn't concentrate later in the day, even though you had plenty of sleep. That mental fog, that sense of being off, is more common than people realize, and for older adults, it can be a signal that something in your diet is working against your brain, not for it. Now here's the connection to pizza, especially reheated pizza. Pizza is high in refined carbs, saturated fats, and sodium. We already covered that. But what happens when you reheat it is that the fats and oils can oxidize, especially if you're using a microwave or heating it too quickly. Oxidized fats are like little troublemakers in your bloodstream. They increase what scientists call oxidative stress. That's just a fancy term for what happens when your cells are overwhelmed by toxins and can't clean them up fast enough. And your brain? It's one of the most sensitive parts of your body to oxidative stress. Over time, those oxidized compounds can contribute to neuroinflammation, which has been linked to cognitive decline, memory issues, and even increased risk of dementia. Let that sink in for a moment. We're not talking about junk food in general. We're talking about the specific process of reheating and how that changes the chemistry of the food you eat. This isn't theory. Research from several universities, including Harvard Medical School, has shown strong links between diets high in processed, reheated fats and increased cognitive decline, particularly in older adults. And it's not just about memory, it's about mood too. Because here's something many people over 60 experience but don't always talk about: the emotional roller coaster. One day you feel okay. The next you're anxious, irritable, or just down. You might think it's just aging or hormones or stress. And sometimes it is. But what we eat, and how we prepare it, plays a huge role in how our brain functions. Heavily reheated foods can throw off the delicate balance of your gut bacteria. And that gut-brain connection is more powerful than most people know. About 90% of your body's serotonin, the feel-good hormone, is made in your gut. So if your digestive system is irritated by the kinds of fats and starches found in reheated pizza, it can actually lower your mood. And for seniors living alone or dealing with isolation, this effect can quietly build up over time. You don't feel like yourself and you can't figure out why. Let me share a story. A man named Frank, 68, retired bus driver, told me he had been dealing with memory lapses and low mood for about a year. Nothing major at first, but enough to make him feel uneasy. He'd forget where he left things. He stopped reading the newspaper because he couldn't focus. He didn't drink, didn't smoke, but he lived alone and didn't like cooking much. So most of his meals were leftovers, often pizza, sandwiches, or pasta reheated in the microwave. Long story short, after talking with a dietitian and making some simple changes, like cutting down on reheated foods and increasing fresh vegetables and healthy fats, within weeks his focus improved. His mood lifted. He felt lighter, mentally and emotionally. He didn't do anything extreme. He just stopped microwaving last night's pizza. I share that story not to scare you, but to show you. Little changes can make a big difference. Now maybe you're wondering, is it really that bad to reheat one slice of pizza once in a while? No, of course not. This isn't about perfection. It's about awareness. It's about understanding how your body and brain change with age, and how what used to be fine might not serve you anymore. Especially if you're dealing with memory lapses, low energy, mood swings, digestive issues, joint inflammation, high blood pressure. Then yes, even something as ordinary as reheated food, especially pizza, could be part of the problem. But here's the good news. Once you know what to avoid, you can start building habits that nourish your mind and body instead of draining them. And that's where I want to go next. Because knowing what not to do is only half the story. In the next chapter, I'll show you exactly how to still enjoy your favorite comfort foods, pizza included, without the health risks. I'll give you smarter, safer alternatives that protect your heart, your digestion, and yes, even your memory. So stick with me. You're not giving up pizza. You're learning how to make it work for you. Enjoying pizza after 60 the safe, delicious way. So now that we know the risks, especially the hidden ones, what can we do about it? Here's the truth I want you to remember. You don't have to give up pizza. You just have to get smarter about how you enjoy it. This chapter is all about solutions. We're going to turn everything we've learned into simple, doable steps you can start using today. No confusion, no complicated rules. Let's talk about how to still enjoy your favorite slice, safely and deliciously, without putting your digestion, heart, or brain at risk. Step 1. Skip the microwave. Use the oven or a skillet instead. The microwave is quick, yes, but it's also harsh. When you zap pizza in the microwave, it heats unevenly. That means certain parts, especially the cheese and meats, get overheated while others stay cold. This not only destroys the texture, but it encourages the breakdown of fats into those harmful compounds we talked about earlier, the ones that can irritate your gut, spike your blood pressure, and affect your brain. Instead, use a toaster oven or reheat it in a pan on the stove. Just place the slice on a skillet over medium heat for a few minutes, then cover with the lid for 1 to 2 minutes to help the cheese melt. It's gentler on the ingredients, reduces the risk of oxidizing the fats, and actually tastes better too. Step 2. Don't let pizza sit too long in the fridge. Let me be clear, leftover pizza isn't the enemy, badly stored pizza is. Pizza should go into the fridge within 2 hours of being cooked. And ideally you should eat it within 24 to 48 hours max. After that, bacteria can begin to multiply, even if it looks fine and smells okay. And never ever leave pizza sitting out overnight and then try to rescue it the next day by reheating. That's a recipe for food poisoning, especially after 60 when your immune defenses are naturally weaker. Also, when you store leftovers, use an airtight container, not the cardboard box it came in. Cardboard traps moisture and bacteria. Small change, big impact. Step 3. Try healthier pizza alternatives that are easier on the body. Here's the exciting part. You don't have to stick to greasy, heavy pizza loaded with processed meats and salt. You can make small tweaks that make a huge difference in how your body responds. Here are some ideas. Whole grain or cauliflower crusts are easier on blood sugar and digestion. Fresh veggies like spinach, bell peppers, mushrooms, or tomatoes can reduce inflammation and support memory. Skip processed meats like pepperoni or sausage. Try grilled chicken, turkey, or even a sprinkle of feta cheese instead. Go light on the cheese. A thin layer of mozzarella is more than enough for flavor. Without overwhelming your system with fat and sodium, add fresh herbs like basil or oregano. They not only taste amazing, but they support digestion and reduce inflammation naturally. And if you really want to level up your pizza game, make it at home. That way you control everything that goes in. It doesn't have to be fancy. Even a simple pita bread with tomato sauce, veggies, and cheese toasted in the oven can hit the spot, and it won't leave you feeling sluggish or sick. Step 4. Listen to your body. One of the most powerful tools you have as you age isn't a supplement or fancy diet. It's your body's wisdom. If you feel bloated, tired, foggy, or achy after certain foods, even ones you've eaten for years, that's your body telling you it needs something different now. That doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're paying attention. And that's how real health starts, by listening to those quiet signals before they turn into loud problems. I want to tell you something personal here. My own dad, in his 70s, used to say, "I've been eating like this my whole life, why would I change now?" But over time he started noticing his digestion wasn't the same. His blood pressure was creeping up. And his memory? Not as sharp. We had this exact talk, the one you and I are having now. He started making small changes, reheating food properly, eating fresher, cutting back on processed ingredients. A few weeks later, he called me and said, "I feel like I woke up from a fog I didn't even know I was in." That's what I want for you, not perfection, not restriction, just clarity, energy, confidence, peace of mind, because food should serve you. It should help you live better, not hold you back. Step 5. When in doubt, eat fresh. Here's the simplest rule. If you're not sure how long it's been sitting, or you're unsure how to reheat it safely, don't take the risk. Make yourself something fresh and simple. A sandwich, a bowl of soup, an egg with toast. It doesn't have to be a 5-star meal, just something clean, wholesome, and nourishing. Your body will thank you, and so will your mind. Final thoughts. This isn't just about pizza, it's about protecting your life. We started this conversation with a question. Should you really reheat pizza after 60? And now you know the truth. It's not just about food safety. It's about inflammation, digestion, brain health, and emotional well-being. That one slice? It might seem harmless, but over time, the little choices add up. And here's what I believe with all my heart. You deserve to feel good in your body. You deserve meals that nourish and energize you. And you deserve to enjoy your favorite foods, safely, confidently, and without fear. So the next time you open the fridge and see that leftover pizza, pause. Ask yourself, is this going to help me feel better today? Or is there a better way? Because now you know, and that knowledge, that awareness is a gift. One that protects your health, your brain, and your future. Thank you for spending this time with me. It means a lot. If this video helped you or made you think differently about something small but important, I'd love it if you shared it with someone else you care about, a friend, a sibling, a neighbor, because sometimes the tiniest changes save lives. Take care of yourself. You're worth it.